So for today's guest, we have Drug-Free Dansby. He has just started his YouTube channel. I think you got almost 2 months, right? Something like that.
Actually, just got like 30 days in, man. I'm a little over a month in.
Yeah, and I feel like I see like you're picking up steam. You're like at like I think like 125 or 150 almost, right?
Yeah,
And
100%.
the supplements company, I'm saying like they love you honestly because every day I'm like Dansby is getting something new in the mail, and I'm like on the low I'm like, hey, what's up with me? But it's fine. Um, but for me, I just do it, just because just like Ace, because I remember Ace, he was writing Reddit stuff, and then he was like, let me just do full blown videos, and then that's what I decided to do. But Dansby, introduce yourself and your background and how you got into physical fitness and supplement reviews.
If you're watching, send me some stuff for so he can review. No, I'm just kidding.
No, no, no. Your volume is kind of like something's up with your volume for some reason.
You hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. Now it's better.
No, I was just saying supplement. Send my boy supplements to review. Uh, I love doing those unboxing videos, man. But yeah, so little bit about me, man. I only been working out probably about 4 years, man. It's funny, like during COVID, my wife got a gym membership, and I started going with her, man. And at that time, I may have been taking like C4 and like Total War, nothing crazy. I've always been a caffeine guy, right? But I just didn't know what world was out there. And I remember going to the gym, and then I would go to like Vitamin Shop and GNC, and I would get something like bucked up or something that looked like it was crazy, man. And I was slowly building my tolerance. And it got to the point where I was going back to those shops, man, and I just wasn't getting any effects out of it. It was just like a caffeine bomb, and then I'm tired, and I'm trying to push through my workouts and all this good stuff. So, with working out, man, like I didn't see results right away, so I got a little discouraged. And then, like a year or two in, man, I found the subreddit too. It's actually how I met Ace, and me and Ace, we started texting on there, messaging on there all the time, man. And I got Wildfire for the first time, I think, in 2022, and that just changed the game for me. That was just a total game changer. I remember like having to walk away from my friends the first time I took it because it just freaking blew my head off. And I didn't know I was supposed to be feeling that good on pre-workouts, man. But talk about like the happiest pre-workout.
Yeah.
Subreddit, I was able to ask all the right questions, and Ace was always the dude that would hit me back up, man. And he started sending me some supplements, and along the way, I found the Review Bros, I found Garage Gym Homie, I found Dave Fredrickson. Because I mean, what's the point of reviews, right? Like, I want to buy this tub, but I don't know if it's any good. So I remember looking up Zeus and Smack B1 and watching all these things. I didn't think I was ever going to be a supplement reviewer, but Ace, I remember like 6, 7, 8 months ago, he hit me up and was like, dude, I'm about to start a channel. And I joked with him. I was like, bro, I'm going to start a channel too, and we're going to do collaborations. But there was some seriousness in it, man. So, 4 years into my fitness journey, man. And like you said, the companies are sending me stuff, man. And my whole purpose, man, like I want this platform to help other people that are struggling with addiction and alcoholism. A lot of us that are recovering addicts and alcoholics, we find solace in the gym. It becomes like our new replacement or our new addiction or whatever. But I was talking to Garage Gym Homie, man, and he was like, with these companies, bro, you need to be of maximum service to them, man. Ask them how you can help them. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I'm here. And doing the supplement reviews is fun, man. But if I can reach one person, man, because life's tough sometimes, you know what I mean? So little bit of my story there.
Yeah, and I get it 100%. Especially when it comes to like all these like different like companies, because I'll tell you what, like I started off just like you, trying out these like I don't want to say crappy stuff like pre workouts, but like something that just like gives you a minor rush, and then you're like, okay, whatever. I remember I did try C4, and at first I was like, okay, kind of was like a little intense, but then you try out these other pre-workouts. And at that time, like back in the day, like early 2000s and stuff like that, like I think like around like 2010 or whatever, I really like when I used to work out younger, when I was younger, like I used to like weigh like 150, believe it or not. I have the pictures to prove it. And then like I have the pictures of me being like 300 pounds. So I've been like everywhere. Right now I'm like in between and losing the weight. But like when it came to pre-workouts, like I kind of got scared because my first pre-workout ever that I tried out was that craze pre-workout that was back in the day that like they found out they had like some meth in it or something. Something was off on that one. And like my boys and my brother, like they used to like, go crazy in the gym with it. I took it and I just had an anxiety attack because I was like, this is too much. Am I supposed to feel like, all this? And like I'm used to like just drinking a cup of coffee, going to the gym. Cause back in the day, like for me, you can hear me good or is it breaking up?
Yeah, I can hear you. I hear you.
All right. And back in the day, for me, it was more like drink a cup of coffee. And I used to like, I used to smoke weed and all that. So I'm like, I'll get high, drink a cup of coffee, and hit the gym. And that's like my buzz. You get me? But then when I got clean and I stopped, doing all these illicit drugs that were illegal, I kind of just was like kind of depressed because I'm like, I'm going to the gym and there's nothing, not even the music is helping me. And like, I tried crazy and it was like, hey, oh look, Jim K is on. He said, hey Dansby.
Hey, yeah, that's my boy, man. That's one of the locals here in Panama City. He's actually one of my best friends, man. I texted him right before the stream. Hey, I'm about to go live, man. He's a real one. Showing up fast, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. And the other thing too is like, it's hard to find like like right now because after like we got into doing different reviews, you start finding out that people got like different tolerance levels.
Yeah.
Has that happened to you? Like people hit you up and they ask you, "Hey, Dansby, like I'm not too high stim. What you recommend for X, Y, and Z?" So what would you recommend? I know you like to do high stim, but like what would be something like regular that you would recommend like for daily use?
Really good. Yeah, so that's a good one, man. So I've been recommending like maybe psychotic gold, man. I don't For me it would be a daily. It does have a little bit of alpha yo, but it's got that 325 milligrams of caffeine. So there's nothing illicit in it, man. You can stack a pump formula with it. And what I've been doing with people that are like, hey, I like to take crack gold and wildfire and things of that nature, so they're like, what should I cycle off with? I get this question all the time. I'm like, bro, get you the new hybrid by Kilo Labs. It's a little more mellow. There's nothing illicit. You'll still like scratch that itch mentally where you feel good in the gym. And there's nothing to feel bad about when you take it. Or I'll recommend Rattle by Black Flag Supplements, man. That one's a little stronger, but I feel like if you're somewhat of a stem junkie, the canna kind of smooths it out a little bit and it's all good. But I'm actually going to review soon. MV Pre by Anova Farm just dropped that 365, that daily driver, man. So I've heard really good things. I'll probably start recommending that one once I run it, but I don't want to recommend it yet. I'm not saying it's going to be but I haven't tried it yet. So yeah, there's some good ones, man. Another
Yeah.
one too is we were talking about this last night. Harry was wrecked, man. That thing. I mean, like, especially when you take it daily, do it at one scoop. You know what I mean? Just really good sourced ingredients.
And for me, like when I get that question, because there's some people that hit you on Instagram or they hit you up on YouTube. They're like, "Hey, like I tried crack prime or crack this." I'm like, "What are you looking for? You trying to like go higher than crack like than dark labs, or you trying to go lower?" Well, I want something similar, but something throughout the week. And like for me, what I found was like kind of Panda is the way to go because Panda will scratch like that stim junkie itch that you get, but you don't like Panda doesn't use like Alpha Yo a lot. They use like Lion's Mate and they use it like or they use like a little bit of Mariah or whatever it is, and they do like the one scoop, two scoop serving. Everybody's like they knock it. Oh, this, I want just to take a full scoop. But honestly, if you got that 1-2 scoop, 2 scoop ratio, you kind of could mess around and have a daily for 40 days. You get me? Instead of just, just to taper off. And I think the only one that I haven't tried, but I do have the sample packs. Um, and I'm like, thank God Panda sent me something. Because I got the protein and they were like, yeah, just promote our sample packs. And I'm like, yes, I will promote them because they're pretty dope. I think I have a couple of them like downstairs. The only one that I haven't tried was the pandemic one, the original pandemic, because that one, I guess it was like, they released it, then they got the what's the other one? I think is like Dragon's Blood that they just re-released, and that one I like because it's like more of a energy driven nootropic more than anything. But when it comes to like low stim, I just tell them, hey, Panda's the way to go. One scoop it, and then add Panda Pump to it, and you're good because it got Lion's Mate, and you stack more Lion's Mate on top, so it's a perfect nootropic for a daily. But aside from that, also I think like if you like Alpha Yo, maybe Panda Cuts, just because it's like a fat burner and the Alpha Yo kind of hits like within 15-20 minutes, which is pretty dope because not a lot of pre-workouts are out there that the Alpha Yo hits that fast. Like, what pre-workout would you recommend when it comes to like a fat burner? Um,
A good one. So I have the original Hero Lean, man. I know that's a crazy one, but dude, that thing gets me
I
sweating.
haven't tried that. I have not. Oh my gosh.
Sent it to me. I'm pretty sure I didn't buy it. And the first time I took it, my tolerance was high enough to where it didn't slap me around. Like I watched Review Bros review on it, and I was scared. Like I was literally on Dark Lab's website looking at which pre workouts to buy, and Hero Lean had all the goods in it. Obviously, it has the illicit stuff in there. But now there's the new Hero Lean, man. And what I like about that is it has L-carnitine in it, man. So it gives you that nice energy boost, plenty of thermogenics. You can use it for cardio in the morning. If you don't want to stack anything on it, you just want to do cardio, that's great. Or there's no pumps in it at all. So you can make like your own concoction with it, man. It's super good. I like Insane Cuts for fat burner too, which is a nice Alpha Yo one, super good. And I'm about to run the new Anova Farm. Let's see what this thing is. Yeah, I got this one right here. I'm about to run soon as a fat burner. This one seems legit. I haven't tried it, but there's no illicits, man, and it's really good quality. Like it starts off with like 900 milligrams of like thermogenic, and then it just goes into like some synephrine, caffeine, and theobromine, dude. So this would probably, it sounds like a hitter, man, honestly, but
Yeah, and that ingredient theobromine, I'm like, it's a hit and miss depending on how much you get of it. And also like, I did a pre-work. I took a pre-workout. I did a review on it. The Orange Man by America Labs, the Red, White, and Boom Orange Man. I'm like, I love it, but then it has ashwagandha and it has the L-theanine in it too. So it's like 600 milligrams of ashwagandha, and then it's like 300 milligram. I think it's like 1 or 200 milligrams of L-theanine. So I'm like, you get that rush, but then it's like after an hour, you kind of get like that drop, and then you're like relaxed. I'm like, it feels, and then I'm like, it's 400 something milligrams, and like it's good, but then it's like I don't like to feel the drop so quickly. You get me? I want to get that at least 2 hour head buzz, and then and then just hit me with the L-theanine. But everybody's different. And perfect example, like I gave my friend a sample of it, and he's like, "Yo, I'll trade you my Rampage for that." And I'm like, "All right, I'll take Rampage." um,
Panda Sups, man, because that was actually when I first got Wildfire for the first time. I realized I couldn't take Wildfire every day, so I went to my local sup shop and they had the whole Panda line there. And the sup shop recommended my first Panda was Panda versus Gorilla, and it was like the peach gummy rings flavor. That flavor was delicious, dude. Tasted like straight juice, man. But that was actually my first time trying a Raya Genesis, man. It was like 100 milligrams. was perfect. I was scared because I was like, dude, I know what DMA and DMHA is, and I looked up a ride and hey, yeah, there it is up there. Yeah, that's the same as that one, dude. That's such a cool looking tub, bro. Sad to say, I had it in my arsenal for a year or
Yeah.
so. On me and into a brick, and I had to toss it. But I used most of it. I think I only had like a quarter tub of it left. But Panda, I think, is a recommendation for someone that is looking for something better than bucked up, and you're trying to get into the realm of like real supplements and real pre workouts. They taste delicious. They have great ingredients. They have so many different options. They have the higher, the mid, and the low.
Mm-hmm.
Sample of that. What was it, like the Sinister collab, the blue shark flavor?
Oh yeah.
I need to get the yeah, 2 scoops. I think it was a fat 2 scoops, and I did legs on it like I was taking an illicit, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? So yeah, that one slapped me around, and I haven't tried Panda Skull or Panta, or isn't there another one I'm missing too? Yeah, there they are. Harry's
I got everything except the original Pandemic. Like up here, I got the one with the shades that came with the free shades.
one I was thinking of, dude. I'm probably gonna get that one next because I want the shades, man. I'm rocking them.
Yeah. And the other thing I noticed is like for some reason the mic I gotta mute it so we can talk. Like if I talk and you talk, it kind of cuts off.
Gotcha.
I will mute it and then let you talk. So what was the other Panda one you said?
I think yeah. So the Panda Skull I haven't tried yet. I haven't tried Panta. I haven't tried that America one, but my local sup shop owner, he has all of them in store. So I can go in store and just be like anything from Pandemic to that's where I got the Pandaverse Gorilla or whatever. But dude, they're nice, man. It was the first time I tried a ride Genesis when I tried the collab with Gorilla. And I enjoyed it, man. I didn't know what a ride Genesis was, man. So I didn't know if it was gonna freaking because someone like I read something online where it was comparing it to like an illicit thing, man, and now I've grown to love it, man, and it was just like the perfect amount. So yeah, if you're looking for something solid without alpha yo that has like you'll get like the 3 sources of caffeine or at least 2 sources of caffeine. They always have the craziest citrulline doses too, like 9-10 grams of citrulline, like every pre workout. It seems like.
Yeah, and I noticed that with especially I noticed it with the Sinister. That Sinister, it was stacked. Like the pumps on that boy, oof. I'm like, you don't need to stack anything on it. Plus, it's like 38 grams for the 2 scoops. So you're like you're feeling that heaviness, but it has the pomegranate in it. Aside from what else? The what I think it has 10 grams of L-citrulline and a whole bunch of other stuff. So your blood, so you know your blood vessels, you get that nice vascular pump. And I don't think you need to stack anything on that. And if you and how I would compare the Miracle Labs with Panda, that one is like if you would take Panta and like you just stack it, like that was like right on top because Panta has like I think like 350 of caffeinogenesis, but no pumps, and it has like a nice what like head buzz, and then this one has 450 milligrams stacked with pumps and everything. The only thing I think it was missing was like some creatine, which I kind of found a little weird because Merca Labs, like they do creatine based pre workouts. So I'm like, where's my creatine? You get me? But again, like, and going back to the Araya, when I took the crack daily, I was like, oh snap, the Araya just hit good on that. Like I was like, oh man, it made it like so much of a better pre. And I looked at the label and I'm like, this thing looks simple. Like I don't think it's gonna smack. And then I hit the gym and I'm like, this is not a daily. Like it's not.
Yeah, bro, that crack daily scratches all the itches, man. I was excited. The Alpha Yo comes in so perfectly, and I think it's 3 sources of caffeine coming so perfectly, so you get that energy, and then the mood elevation comes in too. So it's they really sourced that thing well, man. And I would probably say, for anyone that's just starting out, don't go for crack daily as your daily. It's definitely something I put in my rotation when I want to get slapped around and enjoy the workout without having, the craziness up here in my head from the DMHA or whatever it is. And man, the older I get, the more I'm appreciating Araya Genesis and the non-illicit pre-workouts. I took crack gold today, and I hadn't taken an illicit in a long time, and it freaking the best workout I've had in a minute, dude. I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow, but DMHA, sadly, man, it's going away. The FDA is coming after it, and I'm not particularly mad about it, but I am grateful that I have some, products stashed away that are sealed, and I'll probably stock up on some more just for that nostalgic thing. But at the end of the day, supplements are great, and the reason I use all these different supplements is to get gains in the gym and is to be healthy. And I'm in it for the long game, the longevity, my organs, my mental health, my family life. The gym has become a lifestyle for me, and I don't ever want to lose sight of I'm taking so many supplements to where it's unhealthy for me. But I do, having all these pre-workouts back here, man, I am able to stay in the gym consistently and be excited and enthusiastic because I have so many amazing products I got to try. It's like a game almost. You know what I mean? I can't let them go to waste. So
Yeah, and then like you kind of get like sometimes you get in your head, you're like, I got a lot, and like sometimes like for me, I'm like I like to switch it up. But my brother, he's like, no, I found which one I want, and this is what I'm taking, and he literally just killed a whole tub of crack OG and like the new crack OG, and he was like, I'm gonna take one scoop when I go to the gym, and then like two scoops on Saturday, and I'm like he and my brother like he goes harder than me when it comes to like stims and all that. Like, and when he really wants to go hard, he's like, Harry, let me get some juiced, or let me get some wildfire. Like, I haven't like touched wildfire in a while just because I know how hard it makes me want to go in the gym, and that's kind of like, okay, if I'm doing a 2 hour, 3 hour gym session, then that's something I'll dabble with, but going back to like the Araya, I feel, and then going back to like supplements, it kind of like you're like, okay, I have all of these, so I might as well go to the gym and use them and get the best benefit of it. And another thing that I've noticed is like I a lot of people hit me up. They're like, hey, look at my stack. I have this and that. But I'm trying to get rid of this pump formula or this and that. I'm like, you're not using it, give it away, or if not, just keep stacking it with other pre-workouts. Even if your pre-workout has something already for pumps, try to use your pumps because I always tell them the worst thing that can ever happen to you is your pre-workout melts on you or your pump formula melts on you and your money is done. And I had that happen to me with the hybrid, the original hybrid, the lemon squeeze, the one that had the extra goodies in it and everything. It melted on me just because I didn't, use it all the time. And that was just me starting off. So I was like, that was my high spin, and then I had El Jefe and other stuff like that. Oh, and talking about El Jefe, like I know we both did reviews on the new El Jefe with the what is it, the cherry pop flavor. Like, what's your take on it? Like, what would you use it for? Like, is it daily? Is it um every other day, or would you do it just on weekends? Like, I would talk about the.
yeah, that's a good question, man. So the first time I took El Jefe V2, I went up to Neutral Cartel up there in Warner Robins. I got family up your way, close to Athens, and I was still like a kid in a candy store as far as starting my collection. So I was looking up stuff every day, and I looked over to my wife and I was like, baby, Neutral Cartel is on the way. It's like 4 hours from us. So we stopped and I messaged Jake and I was like, bro, I'm gonna stop by, man. I think I was stemmed up, man. And like to me, he was like a celebrity. I was like getting starstruck and I couldn't talk and all this stuff. But dude, he gave me a tour, all this good stuff. And the first thing he asked me was like, are you a stem junkie? And I was like, yeah. He gave me the tour. He showed me where he kept the good stuff. And then before I left, he gave me a 2 scoop El Jefe V2 of the sour gummy flavor, I think it was, And I came home and I took that thing, I think after taking like a Dark Labs product, man, and I felt amazing. It didn't like, blow my head off, but I didn't really know what I was feeling until I got home. And I had to work later that day, man. I had the best day at work, bro. I was just in such a good mood. So that's what I was expecting when I got this cherry pop flavor. Now I haven't had El Jefe V2 in like a year or something like that, maybe 2 years. And I took it at the full 2 scoops and I weighed it out, bro. And that thing slapped. That thing was so strong, like it was strong enough to be like an illicit without any of the illicit. So at 2 scoops, I would say anyone that sees this, use it for your high stim Saturday, use it for your once a week. That theobromine at 500 milligrams just like I not ready, dude. I came home and I did the review on that thing, and I was like,
Mhm.
and I remember messaging Ace when I first took it, a year or so ago. And I was like, dude, yeah, this is like a good daily driver. There's no, and Ace was like, yeah, maybe at 1 scoop. So at 1 scoop, I'd say a stim junkie a couple times a week, but at 2 scoops, I mean, buckle up, dude. That thing, I thought I could handle crazy pre workouts, dude, but Hefe V2 freaking, I was an animal in the gym on that, bro.
Yeah, and for me, um, the first time I tried El Jefe, it was like the original El Jefe. Like it was just AC. I think it was, what is it called, ACU or something, before they turned to Extremist Cartel,
Yeah,
and then I got the Gorilla Series one, and I fell in love with the Gorilla Series because it gave the pumps. It had the pumps in it. So I'm like, I'm working out, and I'm like, oh snap! Like I see the veins in my forearms, they popping out, and all that good stuff. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm trying Dark Labs, and I'm trying something else, and I'm like, okay, I went back to this, and I'm like, it's just pure energy, and it's not giving me the same like before. But then when Jake reformulated, I was like, oh snap, this guy hit it on the nail, and he did not use any illicits. He just used Araya and like well balanced stuff. And then when I was like, I looked at the label again because I couldn't believe how I felt when I got back home. I'm like, I did an hour and change of a workout, and I'm still feeling it. And I felt like it felt like almost that DMHA level without DMHA. And I'm like, that's excellent for us because we kind of got too used to so many illicits. And then I don't know if that ever happened to you. Like you took wildfire and the next day, like your brain is kind of fried a little bit. And you're like, I can't really do anything else. Just wait it out and drink some coffee or something. But but going like to different pre-workouts, like how many like what would you count as like your nootropic when it comes to like something that you your go-to nootropic or nootropics, like which one you would try out?
Yeah, that's a good one, man. So let me think about that for a second. Let me take a look over here. As far as nootropics go, man, just a nootropic pre, dude, I would say probably Rattle right now, man. That thing is just has a ton in it, man. I'm actually on the I've been sipping on the Innova Farm Novatropic during this live stream, man. This thing is sick. I saw GGH's review on it. I wanted to try it for the first time while live with you, and this thing's nice, dude. It has 200 milligrams caffeine. It has the L-theanine, but then it's just got like choline and L-carnitine, man. So fat burning properties, good focus. Nothing crazy, but this company, man, their products are so clean and like well sourced. You just feel good about taking it. You don't feel like you took something like super like processed lab made. Maybe it is, but this one's super nice, and I know we've talked about this already, but dude, I've been using that brain pump as a nootropic pretty much, pretty much daily, dude. I told the owner, he called the other day, and I told him like, dude, I like brain pump for working out, but that thing is a perfect nootropic. And I have a big thing of coffee underneath my coffee maker that's just sitting there because every morning I just do a fat scoop of brain pump and go into work. And what I love about it is it gives you that nice caffeine. It's like really, really intense, and you get the L-dopa mood elevation, and you're feeling like the stim junkie vibes. But then the L-theanine and CBD, I never taken CBD before, so I'm thinking I'm scared. I'm like, this better not get me high or nothing. But it mellows me out, dude, and it's like a anti-stress thing for me because running a restaurant, dude, I have like 30 employees, I have customers. You know how it is, man. And sometimes when I'm too stemmed up, man, it's like puts me in more of a panic mode, and that brain pump just freaking chills me out. So it's perfect, dude. But yeah, this one's nice, dude. It's not super strong. It's a really good flavor. I'll definitely be dropping a review on this soon. But this is a good daily. I don't think it's too expensive either, dude. But it says next level cognitive augmenter. So memory and mood, processing speed, clarity and alertness. I mean, it's got some heavy claims on it, man. But I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good right now.
And for me, like since I did the review on the Specimen Max pre workout, that one was like more of a high stim nootropic because it got 400 milligrams of caffeine. So, but it has like everything else from a nootropic hit. So I was like, that one is like okay, that could be a daily because it doesn't have any Araya. But like, let's say like today I'm not doing anything at the gym, but I'm just doing like everything on the computer and because I got to do reports and all this other stuff. So I'm like either hit like Panda Focus because that one is not too much of caffeine and it got like Lion's Mane, Alpha GPC, all those goodies to kind of like flare up the brain cells. Also, like one capsule of like the brainstorm. That thing wakes you up because it got no caffeine. It has a little. I think it has a Raya, Alpha GPC, and Lion's Mate. So those three ingredients, you're good to go. That one, I told my buddy, don't take it every day. It's not gonna work every day because of the Araya. Because when you take too much Araya like back to back, you get diminishing results. So I told him, he's like, it's not hitting like that. I'm like, how many days you been taking it? 5. I'm like, you can't do that. Like, and he does 2 pills of that. So I'm like, you can't do 2 pills of brainstorm for the full week. You gotta like, okay, one or 2 days, take a break, do some other pre workout, and something like that. And I think one more nootropic that I do like, just because of it, because the way that how you explain it is brain pump. Like I have brain pump downstairs, um, and actually my since my mom moved in, she kind of like dabbles with pre workouts as well. Not the high stim ones, but anything like Panda and stuff like that. Like she like, and she does take the brain pump from time to time just because of like how it hits and like I don't smoke these the CBD oils. I don't smoke it because for me like once I stop something I want to stop it completely. But she has that and she's like, oh, it's the same effect after I drink the pre workout. So I got energy and then the relaxing results afterwards. So she's like, I don't need this. So I'm like, okay, it's kind of dope too because like aside from like us trying this out and doing reviews for everybody, like your family kind of gets to dabble in it. um and I wanted to take like I know we talked a lot about pre-workouts, um and there's a lot of in betweens, but what is your go-to protein? Because I you haven't done any protein reviews, so is there something coming with the protein reviews, or are you still trying to like see what's up?
I'll be honest right now, man. So with the baby in the house, I've been going for just like the cheapskate protein, man. Just like the regular. But I've really been eyeing that panda, that pineapple flavor. So I'm kind of stacking some money right now and saving up to get some of the better proteins, man. The deal is for me when it comes to whey protein, I need 2 shakes a day and I'm doing 2 shakes almost every day, even on the days that I don't train. So I'm thinking about my budget and my pocket right now with the new baby. So I haven't really been buying any like crazy proteins. I'm heading over to Walmart and just getting whatever they got over there. Just your basic stuff, man. But I really like there was like that fruity pebbles, like Dynatize flavor, whatever. That one was super good. Anything that has like a nice whey protein isolate or whey protein concentrate whatever. I try to go for more of the isolates, man. But I'm gonna start breaking them down, man. I know there's so many good ones out there, and I don't want to just be a pre-workout reviewer. I want to do fat burners. I want to do nootropics. I know Paula Nutrition has a bunch of good proteins with flavors and all that good stuff. However, it's just like a pre-workout when it comes to those things. So as far as me collecting them, I'd probably go through a tub of protein powder in like 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, and then I got to go buy another one. So that's $50, $60 every 10 days, man. And anyone watching this, if you want to support the channel so I can get some proteins, let's do it, man. But I'm not saying I'm broke or nothing, but I think right now I just have some muscle tech sitting in there. I know it's not the cleanest. I know you can get like transparent labs and some really good proteins out there. So anyone watching, don't judge me for the proteins, man. I be taking, but yeah, that's from 2 protein shakes a day and running a Chipotle, I actually gained 60 pounds over the last 4 years. By lifting heavy too. I was 140 pounds when I started, and I had a friend of mine. He gave me a big pack of some whey protein bars, and he told me just to take 2 shakes a day, and then I'm eating like these 1,000 calorie bowls at Chipotle with rice, chicken, steak, and all this stuff. And I actually got a little chunky for a minute there, man, and I got my body right and got stronger and all that good stuff. So
Yeah, and I get it 100% because for me, like just this year, I was like starting everything with fitness and like I just found out like how you found out through different channels, supplement reviewers, because I think like a year and a half ago, before I even started anything, my boy put me onto GGH, and he was like, "This guy, he's doing the reviews for all these crazy supplements, and he would introduce me to El Jefe and all these other supplements." And I'm like, "Okay." And since like we like right now, like these last couple years, like 2 or 3 years, like my family, we got like my brother and I, we got our things wrapped up in a bow in the sense that you did the whole school thing because I know you told me you're going back to school and you're doing your whole thing. So I'm telling you, it's worth it because then you can be able to get more supplements without waiting on these companies like, hey, we're gonna send it your way or not. Because perfect exact like, and I don't have any kids or anything like that. I just got 4 dogs, so it's it's a whole different animal. I know with the budget. But for me right now, what I did was like I sometimes hit up Jake and I'm like, Jake, do you have this sample? And he's like, I don't. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll just buy it because somebody on the channel requested it. And after a while, I'm like, it's kind of like annoying because you're kind of helping people out, but then like you don't get nothing back. But then I'm like, you know what? This person kind of got clarity on it, so I'm like, you know what? Leave it like that. And if you use my code, you use it. If not, it is what it is. And I started this like I switched from just because this channel was just all wrestling, and I didn't even do any like my first like videos. It was not even my face. I was just like recording over like a voiceover with like little pictures and whatever. Because like like a lot of people don't know that it's kind of like nerve wracking when you're doing reviews on the camera because you're like, I got to do this right because X, Y, and Z, and then all these people are gonna watch me, and this YouTube is so big that I get hit up like at 1 or 2 in the morning, like with a message, and it's somebody like in Pakistan that watched my review for crack primal, and they're like, how can I get this? And I'm like, I don't know if they ship it to Pakistan, but um, hit up Jake and leave something in the comment section and see if you can do something. And most of the time, they kind of have to go through either like Predator Nutrition, something in the UK that is closer to them. I forgot the other one that's in the UK that Ace gets stuff from, but I had to redirect them that way because certain stuff like Jake won't ship out, because of so much of the shipping, and it's I think to Pakistan is like $30 shipping or something. So the guy's like, I don't know, but those kind of things end up happening to me. I don't know if that happens to you. Like people just hit you up from different countries sometimes, and you're like, I don't know. But going back to the proteins and everything, like like I found out like the two favorite ones that I do have, and it's kind of agreeing with GGH, and it's just because of the protein and the protein blend. Like right now, Panda is killing it with the flavors and 30 grams of protein per scoop. But Ninja, I did the review, like I recorded them today, but I haven't posted them. I'll probably post them throughout the week because I just started feeling better now. Yeah, so Ninja kind of stepped it up. They got now 32 grams a scoop for their new protein. Yeah, so they don't have the same blend like with casein and like I think some probiotics, but they do like protein and collagen. So you get something for the joints as well. But when it comes to all that stuff, it is what it is. When it comes to what you want, and I also got a huge supplements review for their huge whey. Um, I don't want to say what I think about that huge whey, but it's not 100. It's not all there for me. Um, but at the end of the day, I did notice that in November is like when it's the best time to get like re up on supplements. Like when do you usually re up? Because I know it's like everybody reads up at a different time.
Yeah, I think the holidays, man, is perfect. So what's cool is me and my wife, we both have birthdays a day apart in September. So September, man, I'm getting some supplements, and then we go through Halloween, we get through the Thanksgiving time. You got Black Friday, so all the sales going on then. I always will try to hit it up then, and then I'm waiting for that Christmas time, and I'm telling everyone in my family, yeah, hey, go to NutriCartel, order me this or whatever it is, or I'm getting gift cards. And yeah, normally the holidays is when I stock up, but honestly, I have such a large collection of supplements right now that I probably don't need to get any this fall. But there's like probably 5 to 10 supplements I really want to review that probably won't get sent to me, that I'm gonna probably end up buying like one at a time and maybe get a couple more. I've been really looking at that Euphoria pre-workout by Star Labs or whatever it is. I tried to sample that; it was amazing. Maybe actually get some good whey protein around that time instead of this nasty muscle tech I've been taking, bro. But yeah, there's also I want to get some a green supplement, man. My sub shop owner, I forget what brand it was, but he gave me some greens, and I do a decent amount of greens in my diet, but I mean having one of those every morning or something before I start my day, I'm trying to see some results, man. I'm trying to get shredded, So and they normally taste good for your body, man. And like I said, I'm the older I get, the more I'm looking into supplements that are going to be better for longevity. Sometimes with these high stem pre workouts, I'm like, bro, I hope my heart is okay in 10 years from all these, bro. My heart's going crazy. But I mean, we do cardio, we lift heavy, so I mean that's good for your heart too. So maybe it's balancing it out or whatever. But
Yeah, because you're like, I hope it doesn't skip a beat, like kind of situation, right? But yeah, and I get it, um, and like I want to go back to like the school thing because I know I kind of like went off of it a little bit. Because so what are you gonna do with school? Like, what is your major going to be?
yeah, so I just got my associates from a local college here in Panama City at Gulf Coast State College. I didn't go to school until I was 26. I'm 31, almost 32 now. And I've been in the restaurant business my whole life. And I was always like a shift manager, making hourly wage, maybe little tips. And I ended up buying my first house as a shift manager with Chipotle, because Chipotle kind of is next level when it comes to benefits and pay and helping me go to school and all this stuff. But I started studying hospitality and tourism because I'm down here in Panama City Beach. We have so many hotels and there's so many tourism opportunities and all this stuff. And I did that because I wanted to get promoted to general manager with Chipotle because I knew you can make 6 figures, the benefits are crazy and all that good stuff. Well, halfway through my associates, I get promoted and I get my own restaurant. So that becomes kind of taxing on me. And I slowed down a little bit on school to where instead of taking 4 or 5 classes, I'm taking 1 to 2 classes a semester. Well, this last semester or the end of 2023, I got my associates and I got accepted into Florida State down here to do the hospitality management and tourism. But I was talking to Sean over at Sub Talk Radio, and he said he went to Florida State for sports nutrition. So I thought about doing that, and he said I could be like a nutritionist or something. But I don't know, man. I was going to go into healthcare like my dad did. He was a radiologist, and I started taking science classes at the college, and I freaking hated it, dude. I could pass the classes, but I'm like, why are we 8 in the morning talking about ions and protons? Like, let's talk about something that actually make like speak English up there. I'm more of like a literature and like history guy. You know, I could write an essay in 30 minutes, college level, and get an A on it. But put some math or science in front of me, and I'm like, what is this? Well, it's just always how it might have been all the weed I smoked when I was younger. I don't know, man.
Like for me, when it comes to like all that stuff, that's all mental because like if you knew me back then, like my boys know me, and like I used to smoke so much, like it was like a half an ounce a day kind of situation for me, and I used to pop a lot of pills and do a whole bunch of stuff, and my brain, it's functioning good. Like I'm for me, it like I'm the opposite. Like I don't really do essays. For me, I'm doing like my background is like accounting and forensic accounting, which is like all math and like spreadsheets and Excel and all this other stuff. But yet, like over here in Georgia, like there's no accounting job that pays good. And like I got boosted because my brother kind of works in immigration. Like he has like 10 years working there because he graduated way before me. Like he went to college and everything, and I was like, okay, I'll hold it down. I'll work 2, 3 jobs, whatever it is, while you finish off. And then I went to school, and he did the same when he got his job, and he plugged me into immigration, and then that's how I ended up doing immigration here. So now it's like it's paying off now. So I get where you're coming from, and my mind kind of works different. Like I'm better with numbers and spreadsheets and all that stuff. When it comes to essays, I'm like it'll break my head, and I'll be like 5 hours in to get handed like a 5 page essay because I don't like reading. Like I'm telling you, like I'm not gonna read this book or these other things just to write an essay. I'm just gonna like, but when you're in college, you're kind of forced to do it. So when my buddy's like, you want to go read some comic books or you want to go read this and that, I'm like, no, I'm good to go. Like, I read enough in school. No, I'm good. I'll watch the movie or, I'll listen to an audio book. Um, but like when it comes to like fitness stuff, like what fitness routine did you notice that kind of helped you like break that barrier of you? Because I know everybody like starts like gets in their head like, oh, I just gotta do cardio to lose weight, or like I gotta do weights just to gain muscles. Like, what workout you or routine did you find that was the most helpful for your body type and for every time you hit the gym? Like when you hit the scale, you lost 5, 6 pounds just because of that workout routine.
Yeah, that's a really good question, man. So when I first started going to the gym, man, I didn't really have a goal in mind. I was only doing cardio for the longest time, and I was still super skinny. And I was like, hey, I'm just going to be healthy. I don't know I literally knew nothing about lifting weights whatsoever. And I would just like go run on the treadmill for like an hour and get that runner's high and be like, sweet, we're healthy, we're feeling good and all this stuff. My old roommate at the time was actually jacked, like freaking looked like a bodybuilder. I don't know what he was taking, but like perfect, super dialed in diet, freaking just huge, right? Well, I ended up meeting my wife, and I'm dating her, and that's when I'm finally going to the gym. And he was trying to be a certified or what's it called? God,
What, a certified
like a
nutritionist or
God, I can't think of the word, man. Everyone gets them. Like you get like someone a trainer. You get a trainer in the gym, right? So he was doing that, and he made a whole workout routine. So it's the classic 4 day split. So like Monday I would do chest and triceps, and I would throw some abs in there. Tuesday I would do back and biceps. I'd throw some abs in there. He's having me doing abs every day, and then I would rest on Wednesday, and then come Thursday we would do legs and shoulders only, and really blast those things, and then throw some abs in there. Of course, he said you can work them every day, and then Friday we would do full body day, which would be chest, back, abs, legs, and all that stuff. And I started hitting that hard, man. And everyone in my circle knows like I love to work. I'm probably a workaholic. So when I come to the gym, dude, I go hard. Like I'm not there to monkey around. I'm there for business. And if I have a routine, I'm gonna hit it. And so he typed this thing out for me, and I'm literally like reading everything. I'm like, okay, let's go to this machine, let's go to these free weights and all this stuff. And I want to get this out there too, because I don't know if I shared it, but I had another friend of mine. This is not something I'm proud of, but I hit a wall in the gym where I wasn't getting any stronger. I may have gained like 10, 15 pounds. I just wasn't happy. And he told me about SARMs. So I didn't know what they were. I never heard of them. And local shop here sells them. You can get them online, all this stuff. So I dabbled in SARMs for a little while. I ran a few cycles of that, and I got really strong. I think I took Ostarine the first time, and then I didn't cycle them right, and I came off of them, and I didn't realize I had low testosterone and all this stuff. So I do want to tell the viewers, I've been on TRT for about a year now. And I would say from the SARMs, anyone watching, I'm not a fan. My doctor doesn't recommend them. They're not researched enough. They didn't do anything. I may have had 3 or 4 months where I was lifting heavier than I ever could, and then it just followed with so many side effects and so many bad vibes that my dad passed away in 2023. I went and got my blood work done, and my doctor was like, "Bro, your testosterone sucks. You're sitting at like 100 testosterone," and I just turned 30, bro, and I was wondering why I was depressed. I couldn't get out of bed and all this stuff. So thank God for a doctor that was like, "Hey, do you want to start TRT?" And it literally like saved my life, man. Not only the physical aspect and helping me in the gym and physical energy, but the mental, man. Like my outlook on life, my overall well being, my confidence, just feeling like a normal man. I didn't realize I was missing that for so many months and years. So that I'd say where I'm at in the gym now, man, is where I've always wanted to be. I'm still doing that same 4 day split. And I'll tell you, I've been skipping abs. I don't like doing them abs, bro. God, everyone wants them, but God, I hate working my core, bro.
Yeah, and I get it completely. And for me, like, yeah, like it's just like you said, like I didn't know like I needed TRT, and I haven't said it on the channel. And it's kind of like because not a lot of people talk about it. And I think like David Fredrickson was like the first one that kind of like hit it on the nail. He's like he was on TRT, but then he got off of it because of the way the doctor kind of does it. Like depending on your doctor, is the way that it's going to help you out or like give you that negative vibe. Because for him, it's like he would do it and then like his testosterone will be up, but then it'll go back down, and then he'll be going up and down levels. But for me, I kind of like found like where I wanted to be when it came to testosterone, and the same thing happened with me. Like I didn't know that that was like an issue, and I was like, I like after you stop doing any like real hard drugs, you're kind of getting in the depressing area, and you're like, why am I so down and what's going on? And it's because you knock out that whole endocrine system that your body has, so you're kind of like left with nothing, and you just got to will yourself along. And like all these doctors and psychiatrists and everybody's like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, take these pills, take that pill, and none of them, and like you're doing blood work with them, and none of them are telling you like, hey, you know what, your testosterone is low. And then I didn't find out until I moved to Georgia when I went to see a primary doctor, and my primary doctor's like, well, we got to do blood work. And when they did the blood work, they found out two things. my thyroid wasn't working as good. That's why I never was able to lose that weight and go back down to where I was at before. And then the my testosterone was basically like 150. So I'm like, no wonder I couldn't do anything. So the moment, um, like they were like, let's fix your thyroid first, and then we'll do the testosterone afterwards. So after a couple months of doing the thyroid, taking it's like a little baby pill. You take it, fixes everything. I literally lost like 20 pounds just because my thyroid was working good, metabolism started working well, and then I was like, I still feel down. I'm not getting better or worse, but I just, don't have that drive or anything like that. I take pre workouts and all that. And then, that's when I started taking it. I think I got like 6 months, 7 months, something like that. And it's nothing crazy, but it was more like I kind of took it and then stopped and then got back on it because that same, like, how is it like the stereotype of like, hey, you're not natural, but then the doctor's like, hey, we're prescribing it to you, your body needs it, so don't think in that negative way. And plus, I did dabble in like test boosters, and they kind of like mess you up because they kind of give you like that good vibe, but then it kind of drops because you don't take it every day, or like, your test booster came in late or whatever, and you're not getting that same result, or the company kind of switches like the ingredients, and then you're done. So I feel like test boosters are a waste of time on my end, and just go with what the doctor says. Honestly, right? Like when it comes to all that. And another topic. Going back to like the fitness routine. Um, Something that I did notice that helped me lose weight really fast was actually just hitting weights, like doing like high intensity training, but just weights. Just because like I always did cardio, and I'm like, I want to get big, but like get cut up and muscles and everything. But the thing is, like, I've never done that amount of weight or whatever. Like my strength wasn't up there. But then like I did like for a whole year, which helped me lose those like extra 60 pounds, was just doing high intensity training and just like 15 minutes of cardio. And just like you, I kind of skipped the abs. Like I was like, I don't I don't want to feel that, because like you feel that soreness for like the next couple of days. So I'm like, I know you can work them out every day, but for me, it's just like maybe a once a week kind of thing. But it is what it is, and I have to switch it up again because I noticed like after that year, I kind of like stood in the in between. But it I feel like it's like what Ace says, and how everybody else tells us. It's just a journey, and you gotta just find your way every time. So like you hit that wall, okay, how am I gonna jump over that wall? And then that's when you switch it up. And another thing, what would you recommend to switch it up when it comes to like just like when it comes to routine? Like if you're doing all strength training and a little bit of cardio, what would you do? Like do half and half, one third?
That's a good question. So it's so funny when I was I'm a nerd when it comes to this stuff. If nobody knows that, with this pre-workout collection, being the pre-workout subreddit, all that good stuff. But man, I started googling like best routines and all this, and I'm asking all the gym bros in the gym. I'm asking all my friends, and I had one of my best friends. He came to me. He's like, "Dude, there's so many conflicting ideas out there on the internet. One person says do 10 minutes of cardio before, warm up the muscles. The next one will say, no, do it afterwards, do 10 minutes afterwards. So what I do is I do it afterwards now. But I had this one dude, I think he was military or like police something, but this dude was jacked. He was on TRT. Like, you could just tell this dude's been working out for a long, long time. And he said, what you need to do is shock your body and shock your muscles. So what I like to do is like say every Monday I do chest. Okay, next week I'm doing back and biceps on Monday, and I'm not going to do chest until the end of the week. So really just getting my body out of that same routine, because I mean, I don't know the science behind it or anything, but what he said made sense to me is like your body is getting ready for that workout on your chest and triceps and all that stuff. So instead, shock the body. Let's do a pull day instead and switch it up. or maybe let's do legs today, you know, and only focus on doing legs, you know, and doing squats and all that good stuff. So I would say to, and what they taught me to, everything I say has just been taught to me by somebody else and regurgitated by somebody else too. Another friend said, focus on getting strong, getting your strength up. Don't care. Don't worry about how you look. Don't worry about what the mirror looks like. Get your strength right. Get your diet dialed in where you're eating clean 90, 80% of the time at least, but do it 100% if you can. And then that's when you can start paying attention to your body and adjusting. Okay, I need to do more cardio so I can get more lean. I need to eat a little more so I can put on more muscle, or I need to sleep better, whatever it is. And he say, like, this dude I'm talking about is shredded. Like, he's got the abs, you know, all this good stuff. And I was like, bro, how do you do it, man? And his only advice was, I know my body really well. I know how many calories my body needs, and he's got it super dialed in. So I would say my biggest challenge in the fitness world right now is getting my diet. I'm still learning my body. You know, it's only been 4 years I've been really hitting it hard. And yeah, I've gained 60 pounds, and yeah, I've gained a lot of strength. You know, I'm not going to like brag on my bench record or whatever, anything like that. But I'm really proud of the progress I've made. However, you bring some cheesecake to my kitchen, bro, it's going down, dude. I'm eating that shit. I don't care if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, morning time, right before bed. Dude, I have a sweet tooth, man, that I'm working on, and then I could probably dial back the carbs, bro. And I think a lot of it has to do with being in recovery, man. When I got sober, they preach like nicotine and caffeine and sugar. Well, I cut out. Obviously, I still do caffeine and pre workouts and stuff, but I cut out nicotine, so what's left is those cookies, man, and pastries. So my body will start speaking to me, bro, if I haven't had any carbs in a minute, and I will get hangry, bro. So I really envy the dudes that can go on like crazy shreds and get really cut up and stuff, man, because and they're doing like 5 carbs a day or something crazy like that. I'm like, bro. But
Yeah, and I have one of my buddies, because he was doing fitness way back before me, and he kind of like got me into doing it. Like, he's because when you get awful, like when you go sober and you're like trying to get back into the thing, like back into everything. I felt like you always get put in that little bubble of like isolation because you're like everybody got used to me. Everybody knows me as this, but not as me being regular. And you kind of feel a little weird hanging out with everybody else. And you're like, you don't know what to do. And then I started gaining more weight because it's like you don't have anything to turn to. So I felt like I turned to food more than anything at first. Cause I went from like 150 to like 230 in like like in a year. And I was like, and everybody's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything. And honestly, I'm not, I'm being clean, but not eating clean.
mhm.
So my buddy now, like if you see him, like he gained a couple of, I think he gained like 20, 30 pounds, something like that. But it wasn't like dramatic weight for him because even though he's a little shorter than me, but he's always been like skinny. And basically he just got shredded because he got the home gym and you know he basically works out every day there, but his like diet going into the diet is just like I like for me I try to do it, but I only could do it for like 2 weeks because he does like weighs out the oatmeal, puts a little bit of fruits on it, and then calls it a day. And then 2, 3 hours later, a little protein bar and nothing else. Lunch, salad or what, like a little salad, meat, vegetables, whatever, and maybe a little bit of rice, depending on how he feels. And then he doesn't do anything. And like I'm like I can't be so structured in that way because I kind of get tempted. And something that I did notice, which I did touch base on with Ace in the last live we did, it was kind of like when you switch up your diet, like that, when you get that cheat meal, it doesn't feel the same. Like it kind of feels like horrible. Like the next 2 days, I'm like, I'm trying to like if I'm eating like sort of clean or almost clean for like 3 or 4 days, and I eat a cheat meal on that fifth day, I'm like, I feel like bloated and everything on Saturday, and I'm like, I gotta hit the gym, and not for nothing, my go-to is like my fat burning pre workout, and I'm like, I'm headed to the gym, and then it all kind of goes away with that. But what has been helping me lately is the Jocko bars that that this guy no, the cookies, my bad, cookies that Jake just put on the site. Those are slamming, and I got to do a review on that as well because I still have the box, but it's only been I only got it on Monday, and it's almost gone because everybody's eating them because it's like it's literally a cookie, like a chocolate chip cookie. So I'm actually eating that for a snack. Um, so for you, like, what is your like snack or like kind of meal replacement aside from a protein shake that is your go to when you kind of like want to switch it up and stay on the diet or sort of the diet?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. So I'm big on I buy bulk like chicken thighs, and I buy bulk lean ground beef, and then I buy jasmine rice, and I will meal prep with that. I have a flat top grill on my back porch, and I will grill some chicken thighs, and I'll have it for the whole week. I got some in the fridge right now, so I like to do that for my meals when I'm off, and then when I'm at work, man, I got free chicken and rice all day at Chipotle. So 5 days a week, I'm eating a nice chicken and rice bowl, throw some veggies on there. Only thing with Chipotle is there's too much sodium, so that like that bloated feeling you're talking about, man, I could totally relate. But what I like to do is my go-to protein source is eggs, dude. I buy so much eggs and eat so much eggs. There's so many benefits from it. I love eggs, dude. I freaking eat them all day long. They say don't skip leg day. I say don't skip egg day, dude. Every day is egg day, bro. But I do like some non-fat, sugar-free Greek yogurt. I love to do some fruits in the morning, like blueberries. I love some healthier granola for some carbs. I do bananas and things of that nature. I do have some of that. I think it's called Kodiak protein oats that I've been doing on Sundays. I'll send you a picture of those, man. They're actually not bad, but they come in regular oats, man. And I'm a big low fat milk guy too to get my proteins and calories. So I'll whip up some of that with some milk, and I'll throw some like organic peanut butter in there with some blueberries. So I eat mostly dialed in for the most part, but then there'll be like a day where me and my wife will be like, ooh, we'll see a commercial, and I go get like a greasy burger, and it'll be my cheat meal. And just like you said, man, now that I'm in my 30s, if I eat a burger and I drink a milkshake, I wake up the next day with like a hangover, bro, like a headache, feeling like crap, especially you've been eating clean for a long, long time. Or like, say I have like 14 days straight, I haven't cheated, and then I eat something like that. I'm like, bro, this is too much, man. But like I said, I think I found a lot of things that are good for my body, man. I love to add like baby spinach to a lot of things and just have my greens that way. But I think I'm still eating too much carbs to get all my muscles to pop, because I'm getting vascularity and I'm getting the muscles everywhere I want. But I'm like, bro, I could probably cut back 10, 20 grams of carbs, per meal and see some different results. I'm kind of seeing the same, like almost like I'm in a perma bulk. You know what I mean? Like just always eating what I'm eating. And I would say my caloric intake right now is closer to a maintenance or a bulk. But I'm getting closer with some fat burners to I've cut maybe 2 to 3 pounds. I just fell under 200 pounds. When I was at my heaviest, I was at like 205 to 210, and now I'm at sitting like right at 199. So some of these appetite suppressions from these pre's and fat burners have been helping me, man. But as you know, you lose a little strength in the gym too. So it's a trade off.
Yeah, and it's hard to do like that protein per pound ratio because it's like some days like you kind of feel fall short of it. And that's another thing that I did notice because and this is like again my like it's coming from from my buddy here, and he's like, what weight do you want to get to? Like, let's say if my weight I want to get to is like 150 or 160, he's like, okay, eat that amount of protein while you're heavier because when you get that much intake, your body starts like fluctuating to get to that 160 and get used to getting 160, and then it'll kind of start burning off all that other fat with whatever you're eating at the same time, with the pre-workouts that are helping you out, pushing you through the gym, because it's like you said, like it's a trade-off. You're gonna lose muscle at first because it's like muscle and fat are like right there, they're like intertwined. But then after you lose the weight and you get to your size, you're like, okay, now the bulk starts again. You get me? And the way that he kind of explained it to me was just eat the protein to match your weight, and then afterwards, you'll be good. And I've noticed that because I was eating, let's say I dropped down to like 240, and I was eating 240 grams of protein, but then like my muscles were popping, but I couldn't lose weight. And it was because of like I was matching the protein ratio. And it's true, is like with the carbs, it's kind of tricky. But at the same time, the fat burners do help. For me, I would recommend like something like Superhuman Burn. That one is a very unique profile just because it got like cayenne pepper, mito burn. Like it has their own like formula to the point that like your your body is sizzling on the inside out. And another one, I always like my go-to aside from the Superhuman Burn would be like Panda Cuts, just because it has that nice alpha yo kick in the back, so it kind of makes you feel like in a good mood. Oh, and the other one that I reviewed, the God of Fire, that one surprised me. It was very good, and it kind of actually gave me the chills effect from the Alpha Yo, and I didn't feel that ever from any pre workout except the first time I tried God of Rage Unchained, and their line from Centurion Lab is kind of dope. Uh, and one pre-workout that I do want to try is the Oxy Shred, that new one that came out that is on NutriCartel. But those are like fat burner bases because I feel like I haven't done I don't have too many fat burners, and I need, and like a lot of people hit me up like, what would you recommend for a fat burner? And these are like my two go tos, like Superhuman Burn or Panda Cuts. But I want to also spread my wings and try something else. So um, going back to the fat burner, what would you say would be a good fat burner? Because you said heroin is good as well for a fat burner, but I know you have a whole bunch of other ones that you have behind you, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this one, I know this is crazy. So this is like all appetite suppression right here. So you're gonna lose weight on this. You don't get a lot of like thermogenic, maybe a little bit of sweats or whatever, but you're just not hungry, man. And I would say the Oxymelt by KJ Labs, whatever is in that, bro, like perfect energy. You don't care about eating. The appetite suppression is amazing. I just also recommended Lipodrine to a friend of mine. We got it locally here in shop. These are all more the illicit ones you want to take maybe once a week or whatever, maybe once or twice a week, or just split it up because I believe Lipodrine has some geranium and it has DMHA in it too. So I don't like to take those when I'm not training. DMHA is strictly my rule is if I take it, I'm going to hit some weights or whatever. But this one right here, man, this would be a good daily. The Nova Burn. It's got pretty much everything you need. I'm gonna be reviewing this one soon, but I definitely recommend this. I know I'm crazy like Ace. I was a big Thermal Spark fan. That thing is like all mood elevation and appetite suppression, and I think my battle, man, is always between my head and my flesh, man. So if I can take a product that helps me be a little bit more disciplined, that's what I'm going for. I really enjoyed Insane Cuts from Insane Labs, but it just felt like you said the cold Alpha Yo bomb just kind of hitting me. But that definitely helped with mood elevation and appetite suppression as well. But I like Hero Lean because it gets you sweating, dude. Like you're losing. I feel like every time I take that, I'm losing weight by the amount of sweat that's on my shirt when I leave, dude. Or like say I go on a run with it, or you could, I mean, you could take it, go to work, and you're like, holy crap, it's freaking hot in here, dude. Like, so the crazy thermogenic, fat burning properties on that one. So
And you have the new heroin and the old one.
yeah, I do actually. Hold on. This is the OG batch, man. They don't sell anymore. I don't know if you can see where
Oh, wow.
on this
Yeah,
label. You can't really see it, but it's got 100 milligrams of DMAA in it. This was when they were actually claiming the 1,3 DMAA, and then the new one just came in. This tub is beautiful, dude. It's such a beautiful tub. I love the pink and
yeah,
blue scheme. But this time it has your illicits in it, but it has like some raspberry ketones, and it's got some synephrine, it's got some pro GBB. So like this thing's gonna get you sweating, bro. Like
yeah,
uh only 300 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous, and then you get two other sources of caffeine, and there's something in it I can't even pronounce. I've never had before. But dude, 2,500 milligrams of L-carnitine. So I want to talk about that a little bit. I do take L-carnitine every morning. I've been hearing there's a lot of fat burning properties in taking that. I've done the injections before, but they were a little too pricey for me. I didn't really see any health benefit from it, so I stopped doing those. I just take like 1,000 milligrams by pill form every day. And I know they're in the Ghost Energy drinks, and it gives you this nice energy, this natural energy. And then it's supposedly the science of it is it literally takes the fat from your fat cells and burns it and converts it into energy for you. So I've been taking L-carnitine every morning for a few months now, and I think I'm noticing some results. Nothing too crazy, nothing to write home about, but
oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Hold up, there we go. Yeah, because I hit the mic is right next to the reverse. Yeah. So for me, the only other fat burner that I do have is that Project Nemesis Hive, that pre workout. But I know that has the good stuff in it too. Um, so I'm like, I haven't opened it. It's like sealed up downstairs. And I'm like, and this cold, like whatever I have, I'm like, just it got me pissed off because I'm like, I'm missing like almost 2 weeks from the gym, so it's like I can't try out all these good ones and then get new ones because everything's going that was going on. But when it comes to like the fat burners, I think, and this is something that is like I'm also upset because I'm kicking myself in the head because I was literally about to get heroin um like 3 months ago before the new one came out. Like when Jake still had the old one in stock, and I was like, should I get it? And then my buddy's like, no, stick to what you know. Dark Labs is good, but that fat burner looks kind of weird. And I'm like, I kind of like the kind of weird. Like when it comes to the labels, like I want a label to surprise me. Like that Crack Daily, that thing surprised me. And also like another pre-workout that I know that they reformulated. I know you got the new one, which is the Crack Primal. I only have the OG Crack Primal, and that one kind of, for me, it's better than Crack Gold, but everybody has their own favorite Dark Labs pre-workout, because I know yours is Crack Gold. My buddy's is also Crack Gold, and I traded mine for another pre workout he had. And oh no, I think it was like a pump formula or something. Because I told him like, for me, when it comes to stuff like that, pump formulas and pre workouts, they're kind of the same value. The only difference is one has caffeine, the other one doesn't, and maybe has some illicit, but for me, it's equal value, and at the same time, it's like supplements are supplements, and you're gonna trade what you need and not what Oh, like it has this and this and this, and like try to butter it up to get a better deal. And I'm like, nah, just trade me and go right ahead. Um, but what do you think about the new formula compared, or you haven't tried the new crack prime?
no, yeah, I haven't. I have the same exact flavors. Where did I put them things? Let's see. Hold on. Let me try to find it. Yeah, here we go. So This is the first batch. So I got the first batch, dragon fruit flavor. Tried this, man. You definitely feel the DMHA, but you just feel like this crazy caffeine bomb. And a lot of people were saying it kind of just lacked character because you just feel just really amped. I mean, I get crazy good workouts on this, but then the new one they sent me is actually still the same dragon fruit flavor. So I put an X on the bottom so once I open it, I don't mix them up and be like, man, this one's weird, this one's not. But I want to know that this is the new batch, and as you can see, it's still sealed. But they're just saying with the new Flame V3 and the new Crack Primal that the 2 amino is just better sourced, and you feel more of a smooth, euphoric vibe, kind of like you would get off the Purple Tub Crack. I'm really excited to try it because who doesn't like the euphoria from Dark Lab stuff, man? So I definitely will be dropping a comparison of these two at some point, man, which is cool because I get to run this one again, which I've ran this a handful of times, and then I get to, I don't know when, I can't be taking these things back to back, but like 5 days later, run this one, try to remember what this felt like, and then drop a video on it, man. But I'm excited.
And from what I've heard from other people that hit me up on Instagram, um when it came to like the old version, like the caffeine is like the star of the show, because you know how like it kind of gets you going, and it gives you that illicit vibe, but then you're not just sitting there, you're like moving. It gets you going. But then the new one is kind of like the caffeine, they said it takes a back seat. But again, I can't, say it 100%. This is just what they've been telling me. But when it comes to dark labs, it's like you're going to dark labs for that illicit vibe more than anything, and they know how to like source the ingredient, and dial certain ingredients back. The only one that I haven't tried would be heroin, like I told you, and the Undead King, which is Crack Barbarian. Have you tried that one out? Because I really don't know, and I think I think I'll have to get it from like the UK or something, because we can't get it here anymore.
Yeah, I tried Undead King from Ace. He sent me a sample like a year ago, and that thing was crazy, dude. Like that was like if you take all of the Dark Labs illicit pre workouts and put it into one. Like that thing slapped me, dude. But Crack Barbarian, I have the new formulation up here. Let me pull it out. So I got this one from Predator Nutrition, and never. So the OG batch was, I think, different than this one, but I don't know what to compare it to because this was the only one I've tried. But I guess the flavor was really bad, and the way they re-released this was to make the flavor taste a little better. Pretty good, great. The first time I took it, I got this crazy like niacin rush all over my body. But now when I take this, I will tell you this, in my opinion, is Dark Labs take on Wildfire. Like you get in the zone euphoric and you get this extra like endurance and all that, but then you get this nice happy relaxation that kind of pairs with it, kind of like with Wildfire. So it's like if Wildfire didn't have L-theanine, like that's what this thing reminds me of. It is amazing. But I had to spend a good bit of money to get this off of Predator Nutrition with that shipping and the $80. You had to pay it in euros and all that stuff. Definitely worth it though, man. I would say it's unique. Definitely in every stem junkie's arsenal for sure.
And if I'm correct, you got the brainstorm, but you haven't done a review on it, or not, or you don't have brainstorm.
I don't have that one.
Okay, no, I thought I saw it like in one of your reviews, but I guess it's just the same label as Juice. I'm like, nah. The only reason why I say that is because like when I saw GGH come out with it, I'm like, how the hell they just came out with Juice and they got a new Tropic, and then I'm like, okay, let me pick it up to see what's up. And I think it was like on the like Easter thing, like the Easter day. They were like 22% off, so I got it early. But the one that I'm curious about is the juicy pumps that they call it, that they can release, because I'm like, that formula looks different, very different from anything else, and that's something that I feel like it's kind of Um, I'm liking in the new space because everybody's kind of like switching it up in the sense that they're kind of leaning away from the normal. Because I know like most pump formulas they got L-citrulline and they got NOT3, but that formula is kind of different. And talking about different formulas, I still haven't tried the this one yet. It's sealed up, but you have it right. You have it ready. Yeah, just let me know the experience because like I'm like I don't know. Some people are like hitting me up on Instagram after I made that post. They're like, "That's kind of like drugs," and I'm like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
so
sorry.
I'll speak on it a second, and then I probably got to run off of this. I'm gonna go make some dinner for my wife and baby and all that stuff,
Yeah, no
and get
worries. You can end it whenever you want.
speak on this. So before this is sealed. It actually just came in today, but I got some samples from my local sub shop, and it says 14 grams. I tried 14 grams the first time. I woke up the next day, dude. PH says, man, it is a once a week treat because the star of the show with it is you feel amazing the whole next day. No anxiety, you feel stims better, and it definitely like resets your adrenal glands to where if you've been doing too much stims throughout the week, you just wake up, you get the best sleep of your life. And then I wouldn't say it's like drugs like that where you wake up and you're like itching, like, oh, let me get some more Max for this day too. Like you don't feel like that, but you just feel like the best version of yourself. So I see how some people may want to take it all the time. But whatever's in it, they say be careful because you build up a tolerance and you can get, bad effects from it. So, all right, bro, I'm about to log off of this thing. Thanks for having me on the channel.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for coming on. And we went 87 minutes strong, past an hour and a half. So you beat almost an hour and a half. So you did beat Ace's record for being on here. So
It was right now, right when we're
yeah,
about to leave.
yeah. So if anything, thanks for coming on. And if anything, any last words you want to say before we head out?
Yeah, watch my boy Harry's reviews, man. He's putting out fire. Supplement companies, if you're watching, send my boy some tubs. And Harry, let's do this again soon, man. This was fun. I had a blast. I know we could probably do this. We could talk for hours, bro. So we could do a bunch of these, man, going forward. So let me know. Peace and love.
All right. All right. So thank you everybody who joined and whoever is watching this afterwards for the replay. And just stay tuned for more reviews. And if you like wrestling content, I will keep pushing them out. So with that, guys, I'll leave you and end the live stream. So peace.